When was the last time an anime truly connected to you? I'm not talking about enjoyment or satisfaction, but a level of human connection. It's like sitting in front of another person giving you heartfelt advice, something whose effect made you rethink about yourself, something that will for sure be on your mind for a while. Today, I want to share my experiences with an anime that had this effect on me, and that is Jose the Tiger and the Fish, a story of a cute anime girl with a disability who has to live her life stuck in a wheelchair, and a hardworking college student with big dreams in life who one day became her servant/caretaker. This is a title that comes in the form of a book, anime, manga, Japanese live action, and even Korean live action film. So yeah, just pick one I guess. At the time of recording this, the movie is already at number 80 on my anime list, which is not surprising because it's really that great. But you know, overlooking all the praise for this show, for me, it was one of the most inspiring anime I've ever watched. It's been such a long time since a show managed to hit me so deeply, and all it took was a simple love story between two people who both love the ocean. Here's a quick story about myself. As a kid, I was a coward. I'd spent so much time alone in my room, and I've only done things I know I'm good at or things I know I will not fail. But deep in my head, I have all this dream of becoming this or becoming that, even though I was just a lazy guy who doesn't take any action. I guess that is why I'm drawn to this type of show that really makes you rethink about yourself. After being introduced to Jose's life and how she was never allowed to go outside by her grandma, she realizes one day that she will go to the ocean alone because she wants to. Though eventually, she got to that point where you're having second thoughts after deciding to try something new. Luckily, she had her servant with him to help her go through this. That was her signal, someone who is willing to give her the push she needs. Seeing Jose take her first step in exploring the world really hit me. I know it's cliché to say that all we need sometimes is someone who is willing to give us that push, but based on experiences, it's the truth. We muster up our courage, we talk ourselves into doing this. You have all these plans that you tell to yourself you'll eventually do someday, but not today. Today, you either have to study or go to work. Today, you have other things to do until that someday never becomes today. I know it's important to be independent in life if you really want to grow. However, on certain occasions, just by having someone who is there for you, whether that is a lover, friend, family, or just someone or even something in your life that will push you over the edge, that's sometimes what we need. While watching the movie, I remember thinking, man, is this going to be another one of those movies where the main character dies, or it will just end in a cheesy romantic story? Luckily, I was wrong. It's this beautiful representation of a love story, self-growth, and life. Facing your fears, chasing your dreams, and all those cheesy motivational things you've seen, but portraying it in a realistic way that isn't so much on your face. It's about two adults finding themselves in this world as they slowly start to depend on each other, influence each other, and without noticing it, reach a point to inspire one another. Of course, just like real life, it was not just all sunshine and rainbows. It takes us on this roller coaster of a journey as we see their desires, their regrets, their frustrations, and their hopes. It's those moments in the characters' lives that manages to hit on such a human level. We see how imperfect our characters are. We see how they also don't have control over everything. We see them at their lowest just like we are sometimes. It probably isn't the deepest show, but it's a great reminder to many of us who can't find ourselves in this world. Sure, life is difficult and each of us carry our own hardships. We may feel hopeless or lost in life, but as Jose said, life is not scary at all. Achieving your dreams isn't like point A to point B scenario. Most things would probably not even go as we planned it to happen. But listen, if there's one thing I've learned in this movie when it comes to dreams, what really matters is not your chances. It's the will to take them. When the show ended, I was greeted with an unexplainable feeling that I hadn't felt in a while. I didn't want to watch another show after that. I just wanted to let everything sink in and reflect on what I just experienced. And that brings me to what I'm saying in the beginning. Once in a while, you just find something that connects to you on such a human level. Something that you'll carry in your life for a while. And that's when I finally realized that for me, this movie really reminded me of a few things I already have known but have just forgotten over the years. It reminded me that I am done being a coward. It reminded me of the value in believing in yourself. And it reminded me that I'm more capable than I think I am. I've just been being too hard on myself lately that all I need to do is to just move forward. It doesn't matter if it's the biggest or tiniest step, just a step forward will do. Find something that you love and start from there. Give it a shot and take your leap. It's scary to not know what is ahead of you, but I think it's scarier to have regrets later because you didn't take the opportunity